Thomas, is everything all right? I'm getting a little worried. It's been almost 15 minutes since you said you'd quickly run to the bathroom. Are you feeling sick all of a sudden? We have to start boarding for our flight soon. Do you need me to bring you some medicine or something? Please let me know how you're feeling as soon as you can. I'm really worried about you. If you aren't feeling well, we should just go ahead and cancel our plans for our honeymoon.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting and worrying you. I'll be right there. There's no need to cancel anything. I didn't think it would take so long, but there were a lot of people already waiting when I got there and everything, so it took me a moment.
Thomas? Are you really sure you're okay? As soon as we set our bags down, you ran off to the restroom again. If you've got a stomach bug or something, you should have told me. We could always postpone our honeymoon. It won't be any fun for you if you're stuck throwing up the whole time. Please tell me how you're feeling. Don't worry about the trip. I'm not upset with you at all. Don't you think it's from breakfast this morning, or is it something else? I remember you mentioned something about your eggs when we went out. I think that we should stop by a hospital as soon as we land to make sure we know what's wrong. Don't you? We can get you some antibiotics if you need them. But we won't know unless we go.
I'm okay, I promise. We don't need to go to the hospital. I'll be totally fine. I'm really not feeling all that bad anyway, so there's no reason to go to any doctor or anything. We should just enjoy our honeymoon. I'll be back to our seats in just a little bit. Please don't worry about me. I'll be okay and we'll have a great time together.
Are you sure? I don't want you to have an awful time because of this. If you really insist that you're feeling okay, then I trust you. But if you start feeling worse, you have to tell me, alright? I don't want you to put up with being sick just for me.
Of course, I promise I'll tell you if I start feeling worse. I'm sorry I keep making you worry so much. I feel bad.
I'm sorry for texting you so much while you're sick in the bathroom.
It's okay. I'll be alright and back soon. What's wrong?
You went to the restroom in the back on the right side, didn't you?
What? Why do you ask?
Well, the guy sitting in front of us just got back to his seat from waiting at the restroom a moment ago. He told the person sitting next to him that while he was waiting, he could hear a woman and a man's voices coming from inside the bathroom.
Huh? Why are you mentioning that? Are you asking if that's me? Of course it isn't. I just don't want to have to come back again in a few minutes, so I'm taking my time. I was gonna use that restroom because it was the closest, but the sign said it was in use. I had to use a different one further down the aisle towards the back and on the other side. I was in a hurry, so I don't remember exactly which one I went in, but it's not the one close to our seats. I don't know why you would think that's me.
I see. I'm sorry for pestering you so much while you're feeling sick.
I don't know what kind of person would use a restroom on a plane for something like that. That's just crazy. I'll be back in a moment. Please wait for me just a bit longer.
I trust you. I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling okay. Take your time if you need to. Hi there, Mary. I hope you're doing okay. I was wondering if I could bother you for just a moment. Are you busy right now? I'd like to talk to you a bit if you have a little bit of time. Jenna, what's the problem? Is something wrong? We're supposed to gather at the hotel lobby this evening, aren't we? Is it about our plans for today? You're on your honeymoon, too. Your husband doesn't mind if I take up a little bit of your time? I don't want to intrude, especially on such a special time for you two. Right, about that. It turns out that he hasn't been feeling very well. Ever since we arrived at the airport yesterday, he's been feeling sick. Oh, that's awful. Is he all right? Well, he said he'd feel better if he took some medicine and stayed in the hotel room to rest. But it's all a bunch of lies. What do you mean? He isn't actually feeling sick? We had a few different reservations booked for today for our honeymoon. Thomas insisted that it would be a waste if we canceled everything and that I should go enjoy myself today while he rested. He acted like he was just being considerate for my well-being and that he didn't want me to get sick or not enjoy myself during our honeymoon. But after about 10 minutes, my sister came to our room and he invited her in. I could hear them through the door, Mary. Thomas is seeing your sister. Are you absolutely sure it was Raina? I just can't believe it. I mean, I always knew how she was with men, but I'm in shock. How could she do this to you? To her own sister? I know it's hard to believe. I almost couldn't believe it either, and I saw it firsthand. But it looks like it's true. It was a good thing I realized I'd forgotten my jacket. I went back to my room and I could hear what was going on. I even opened the door just a bit to make sure I wasn't just imagining things, but they were so caught up in one another that they didn't even notice. I'm so sorry, Jenna. That's just awful to find out on your honeymoon. Now that I think about it all, I realize that maybe Raina was on the same flight as us. I'm almost sure of it. The whole time he's been acting so strange. I noticed it ever since we got to the airport, but I would never have thought this was the reason. It really is unbelievable she's been doing this. I really am sorry. Are you okay? I can't imagine how you're feeling right now. I'm managing. I think I'll be okay. Well, how about we move our plans up? I'm free right now, so let's meet and we can talk about things more. Really? If you don't have any other plans? You're going through some really difficult times right now, and it's not good to be alone, right? If there's anything I can do to help, I want to do whatever I can. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're always there for me when I need you. Where are you right now? I can go to meet you. I left our hotel a little bit ago, but I just went up the street to this little outlet mall and have been pacing around. I think I know the place. I go there all the time. I'll meet you there soon. I'll try not to keep you waiting too long, but I need to get ready. I'll probably be there in about an hour if you can keep yourself busy till then. Don't worry, I can definitely find something to do in the meantime. I have a few things to take care of. I'll see you later then. Oh, what might that be? There's a few people I'd like to call, so you can take your time. Ah, I see. Still, I'll try to hurry so you aren't waiting too long. I'll see you in a bit, okay? It's no problem, and thank you again. I'll see you in an hour. Thomas, how are you feeling? Have you been able to get any sleep?
I could get a little sleep, but I'm still not feeling great, to be honest. I'm still dizzy and a little bit nauseous, but it's definitely not as bad as it was earlier today and yesterday. I'm glad you could find some medicine when we landed. I think it's been helping a lot.
I see. It's good to hear that you're feeling at least a little bit better.
What have you been up to today? I hope you've been able to enjoy yourself. We had planned to be at the Botanical Gardens around this time, right? Did you end up going?
Mary came to see me and we've been spending a bit of time together.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that she lives pretty close by. I'm glad you didn't have to spend the day by yourself. I feel so bad that I'm not feeling well.
Yes, it has been nice.
By the way, originally you and Mary were supposed to meet later this evening, weren't you? Are you still planning on going out together for dinner?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
I'll probably just order something to the room, or have something delivered. Then I'll keep trying to rest. After I eat, I'll try to take another nap. Hopefully I'll be feeling better afterwards. It'll be nice to see you when you get back after dinner with Mary. I'll be waiting for you.
I see. Well then, I suppose after I finish up eating with Mary and I see her off, I'll just go home by myself.
Wait, why are you going home?
You're still not feeling well. It's hardly a honeymoon if you're stuck in bed, right? I don't want to go around sightseeing and doing things by myself. I'd rather stay at home and relax.
I'm sure I'll be feeling better tomorrow. You don't need to go back home. We can still spend some time together for our honeymoon.
No, I don't think we will. I'm going to go home. I think that this honeymoon has turned out to be pretty meaningless, if I'm being honest.
What are you talking about? Why do you think it's meaningless? I told you I'll probably be okay tomorrow. We can still do things together.
That's okay. I think I'll pass. I'm going to eat and go home. I want to relax at home.
What is wrong with you? Why are you acting like this out of nowhere? Are you just gonna leave me here in the hotel room? How could you take off while your husband isn't feeling well? How can you just abandon me like that? That's pretty awful of you.
Awful? Really? Are you sure about that? Who's really being awful between the two of us? I don't think it's me.
What has come over you? You're being absolutely ridiculous over nothing. How can you make the decision to end this honeymoon by yourself and take off without me? Hey.
Oh, hey there. How are you feeling? Any better?
You didn't seriously go back home, did you? This better be a joke.
Of course I went home. Why would I joke about that? It was very convenient for me that they had some space on the next flight back. I didn't have any trouble at all.
Are you serious?
I am very serious. I've already left.
I can't believe that you would just leave me like that.
You aren't feeling well, right? You do what you need to do to feel better.
Why are you acting like this? Do you realize that you've gone and ruined all of our plans? This is supposed to be our honeymoon and you've gone and taken off back home. Why are you doing this? Do you not care about our honeymoon? How could you just leave me? Do you really think it's okay to just abandon me? I'm your husband. I'm also still not feeling well.
Why? Do I really need to tell you?
This is all because I'm not feeling well, right? You're just taking it out on me because we can't enjoy our honeymoon like we wanted to, but it isn't my fault. But even though I wasn't feeling well, I tried to do everything I could to let you go and enjoy yourself while I was resting. I wanted you to have a good time even though I wasn't feeling well. Now you just want to take off and ruin everything. How could you be so selfish?
Oh boy. You still think that's the reason, don't you?
Why else? If that's not what this is about, then why have you been acting like this out of nowhere?
It's because my husband has been spending a little bit too much time with my younger sister.
Wait, what?
You know, I had a really bad feeling ever since we got to the airport to start our trip. Something just didn't feel right.
What are you talking about?
Do you think that playing dumb is going to save you at this point? It's too late. The whole thing with the plain bathroom that I confronted you about, it was you after all, wasn't it?
What? No, I told you already, it wasn't me.
Oh, sure, it couldn't have been you. You'd been fooling around in the airport bathroom too, I'm sure of it.
Why don't you believe me? I told you it wasn't me on the plane. And I was sick at the airport. Why are you accusing me of this? Did your sister do something to upset you that you're now making all of these accusations?
You are such a piece of work. I already told you it's too late. You can't lie your way out of this anymore. The cat's out of the bag. I know all about the cheating.
What do you mean? I'm not cheating.
Stop it. It's too late. This morning when I left the hotel on my own to spend my honeymoon without my husband, I found out you'd been stabbing me in the back. I realized I'd forgotten something and was going to go back to her room to get it. Boy, was I in for a surprise.
What are you talking about?
I saw you. I saw both of you. You were too caught up in your stupid little game that you didn't notice me. I saw you and Raina with my own 2 eyes. How are you going to try and lie and gaslight me when I know what I saw? You had such a miraculous recovery from your illness once she was fooling around with you in the hotel room.
You're lying. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been trying to rest to get better.
You didn't waste any time calling her into the room when I left. I hadn't gotten far before I realized what I'd forgotten. Maybe only a few minutes. Are you going to try and tell me it's just a coincidence that Raina is staying in the same hotel as us? I can't imagine the 2 of you would have been able to pull off such a feat without that being the case.
No, you don't understand. This is all a misunderstanding.
Did you really think that you could turn this honeymoon into a little getaway to cheat on me?
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'm going to find out the full extent of your cheating, whether you fess up or not, so it'll all come out soon enough one way or another, and everyone will be joining you in the hotel room soon enough.
What do you mean? Who is everyone?
Well, not me. I don't particularly want to see you, that's for sure. I thought I'd leave everything to you to handle.
Handle what? What are you planning? Tell me what's going on. Jenna, what are you doing? Why are my parents here? What were you thinking? Did you tell them to come here? Is this some kind of joke to you?
Did you already forget? They were planning to have a bit of a reunion trip together. I thought it'd be nice of me to invite them to our hotel too.
I totally forgot about their plans.
I figured you did. It was so convenient that they were planning to go to the same place as us for our honeymoon. Don't you think so? No one had any objections to coming to meet after I'd updated them on the situation. They were more than willing to put their trip on hold.
Wait, what do you mean? You already told them what happened?
By the way, they've all already got reservations for accommodations so they can stay for the evening. Also conveniently in the same hotel.
How did they get reservations to the same hotel?
Mary's friend happens to be the manager of the hotel. She was so kind to help with squeezing in the reservations. When I explained my situation, they were also willing to set aside one of the dining halls so there'd be more than enough room for our parents and you to discuss everything that's happened. There will be more than enough time for you to explain yourself to everyone. Raina will be there too. I'm sure you're happy to hear that since you've been getting along so well. I'm looking forward to hearing about how it all goes.
I can't believe you went out of your way to set all of this up. Jenna, I've submitted everything left for the divorce. I went ahead and had the alimony payment sent to your account as well.
Finally, some good news. I appreciate you letting me know.
You know, now that I think about it, this divorce is something we should celebrate.
Is that so? Why do you say that?
Well, because Raina and I will be able to get married now. I plan on proposing to her first thing tomorrow. Now that everything with the divorce will be concluded, it'll be the perfect time to do it.
Just like that?
While your parents may have disowned her, I don't think I'll meet another young and beautiful girl like her. I can't let her slip through my fingers. It looks like everything will turn out all right for me in the end.
I think you spoke too soon. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What are you talking about? What could possibly go wrong now? At this point, I'm in the clear.
Because Raina's already married. I don't know if she's looking to add one more to that equation.
What? She's married? Since when?
Well, I guess for a month or so at least. She got pregnant with some wealthy businessman's kid. It seems like she decided to take up a bit of responsibility, and the two of them got married not long after.
You've got to be kidding me. When did this happen? Why didn't I hear anything about it? After I've had to cover all of these costs from the divorce, she went and got married?
I don't know how exactly Raina acted when she was with you, but that's par for the course with that girl. I wouldn't expect any less from her. I don't know what you were hoping for, to be honest.
I can't believe this.
Really? I can believe it. She would always brag about how many people she had wrapped around her fingers. She always claimed to have backup whenever one of her many relationships fell apart.
Are you saying that she's still like that even now?
Of course. But now that she's decided to get married, maybe she tied up all of those loose ends.
How did I not know about any of this?
She probably waited until she didn't need you anymore before tossing you and the rest aside.
I can't believe she would do this to me after everything we've been through, after everything I've done.
None of that really matters to me anyway. My parents and I have had more than enough of her immature nonsense. And now that things are finished between you and I don't want to have any contact with you either. I hope you aren't too heartbroken. You've made your bed. Now lie in it. Thomas must have taken the fallout pretty hard. He stormed into Raina's husband's workplace and caused a bit of chaos. Since he figured out about the existence of her new husband, he demanded that a DNA test be done after Raina's child was born to determine who its parents were. It turns out that it was actually Thomas and Raina's child. Raina's wealthy husband demanded a divorce as well as financial compensation as a result of all the chaos Thomas caused in his company. Even still, Thomas wanted to marry Raina, and not long after they filed for their marriage to be official. Thomas is now working day to day to pay back the debts he now owed. It seems that Raina may be feeling some regret after everything that she's gone through. And while Thomas doesn't want to get divorced again, he doesn't seem to be holding up all that well either. Neither of them seem to be happy, and regret is eating away at the both of them. I've talked with my parents about our concerns for the future of Raina's child if their situation remains as bleak as it is now. We're considering our options for taking care of the child if possible.